Kuro Games. You might know them as the developers of Wuthering Waves. But did you know that before that they actually made another game? Today, let's talk about Punishing Gray Raven, why I love it, and why I left. Punishing Gray Raven, also known as PGR, is an action role-playing gacha game for mobile and PC devices, launched in China on December 5th, 2019, globally on mobile in 2021, and most recently on PC in May 2023. That's how I got in the game, by the way. Overall, PGR was one of my favorite releases of last year. Fans mostly praise it for number 1. Action-packed gameplay. Number 2, stunning visual effects. And number 3, a heart-wrenching story. Bonus points, too, for the epic gamer music. From my personal experience, I can say that I agree with all 3 of these points. But if PGR is so good, then why did I quit? Well, I'll get into that at the end of this video. For now, let's first break down the title. Why is it called Punishing Gray Raven? Look, this is the issue, okay? This is the issue with PGR. It's so slow. You cannot speed up the auto. Okay, it's not that slow. Let's start with the story. It's simple, really. You've probably seen this a million times before. Robots become evil and declare war on humans. But this time, they're infected by the punishing virus. Ooh, scary. You, as the Commandant, are in charge of a squad called the Gray Ravens. Your task is simple: fight the robots in a battle of life or death. I started my journey in this game in July 2023 during the Karenina Skyr patch, A New Divide. The event's story takes place on the moon, a la Artemis, where our favorite engineer is sent to fix a nuclear reactor before it explodes. I know, how exciting. You also meet this pretty lady, who is way nicer than she looks, trust me. In short, there's a bunch of drama, but in the end you fight this weird looking thing and the world is saved, for now. I also played the Bianca Stigmata patch across Ruined Sea, where she goes to fight a spooky aquarium full of robots. To be honest, Punishing Gray Raven has a lot of different variety in its story, whether that be epic or political or spooky, but honestly my favorite event story has to be from Bambinata's patch, left unsaid, so let's talk more about that. Artifact farming? I'll be quiet. Okay, that's pretty dope. Anyway. Vanessa is your typical child with Asian parents. Smart, sassy, and of course, attention-seeking. Her parents want her to study hard and become scientists just like them. But this all changes when her family adopts Bambinata for research purposes. Because unlike Vanessa, Bambinata is a construct. Her memory isn't great, but she is good at dancing. And this makes Vanessa jealous. Who is this strange girl, and why is she better than me at ballet? However, Bambinata is the very picture of innocence, and eventually they become friends. Despite this, Vanessa's relationship with her parents does not improve. When Vanessa comes of age, she doesn't want to be a scientist like her parents. She wants to be different, So she goes to military school and says a sad goodbye to Bambinata, who's now something like her sister. Vanessa goes on her way to military school, and of course, the smart girl she is, she graduates the military with top honors. Now, what does she do? Out of pure spite, she goes back home and drafts Bambinata into the army. What a great sister, huh? So about the title, what was the thing that was left unsaid? The story reveals that Vanessa always cared about Bambinata just like a sister, but was too tsundere to admit it the whole time. So what's the lesson here, guys? Just show love to others, that's basically it. I know Vanessa was a controversial character because of her ruthless fighting tactics in the story, but honestly, she's a lot nicer than she looks, so go easy on her, guys. She's had a hard life.
I'll do my best.
Bro, they really
Now
said,
perish.
yeah, bro, let's have you play match 3 while you're playing Dark Souls
I hope I
on your
didn't
phone.
drag everyone down.
But now it's on PC. Let's go. I like to imagine PGR as the Dark Souls of gacha games, meaning the gameplay can be quite difficult. One might even say it is punishing. As an action RPG, you can control multiple characters in your team to fight the robots. The game is very smooth, even on my phone when I tried it for a day. The character models are also very optimized and have gotten a lot better over the past 5 years. Honestly, in my personal opinion, they are some of the best models on the market right now, even with new games coming out. So on that note, let's talk about the character design. I think the character design is also very stand out for this game. The original cast, of course, are, they are who they are. Overall, with the construct design, there is a fine balance between looking cute and also being tough, looking very metallic and ready for battle. But my personal favorite, if you couldn't tell, is number 21, voiced by Inori Minase in the JP. But her English dub is also very nice, and that's another great aspect of the game as a whole, especially with the PC client, is that there's an English dub, which makes the story very approachable for a new player. I need to learn how to dodge his AoE.
Not lose.
Right. That's the PPC experience, man. Don't even get me started on these other two. They're even worse. That's hilarious.
Let's go.
Let's go. So now let's get into the cons. I'd say now it's the right time to talk about the RPG gacha mechanics. For me personally, this is where the game feels lackluster. I know as a gacha game that PGR is very generous compared to its neighbors, but it is still a gacha game, so you know what that means? There's a stamina system, there's time gating, there's a lot of grinding, there's busy work. Ultimately, it's just time consuming. And if you're not someone with a lot of time on your hands, it might be hard for you to keep up. And why does that matter? Because of course, there's the FOMO, the fear of missing out. So honestly, if you even play just weekly, you can probably keep up at least somewhat. But what if you're an extreme casual like me, alright, who just plays games like once a month? I know. Well. Alright, so why did I quit? Well, there are many reasons. Let me just yap off a few. First of all, I was busy. Honestly, when the PC version came out on global, I honestly had no business picking up this game. Yeah, I honestly had no business picking up this game. I was busy. First of all, I was volunteering as a teacher at a nonprofit, and I was also studying for my master's degree full-time at the same time. And later on, Snowbreak came out. I know, bad excuse. And that's a story for another day. But yeah, I think just long term, I couldn't see myself playing at a high level, the level that I wanted to be playing at, just due to the amount of grind. Like, even if, you know, the game is very generous at giving you the free characters, you know what? You still have to put in your own individual effort to get your characters up to snuff, up to par, so that they can actually compete with the difficult bosses in the game. Because honestly, if they touch you, they will just delete your health bar. You will be one shot, and there is not much you can do about it if you don't have the stats. And lastly, I'm going to go back to this. It's the FOMO. So honestly, honestly, the characters are, you know, they're in the game pretty much permanently. They rerun them pretty often. You can kind of get them just whenever you want, as long as you've saved up enough. But what's really FOMO, I'd say, is the skins. So yes, there are some exclusive skins that are locked behind login events, and if you miss them, you know what, who knows when they will come back. And they are, you know, it's not Arcanets, they probably are not coming back for free. You will probably have to pay real money for them. Alright, so what is my advice to new players? Well, I've got 3 do's and 3 don'ts. I'll start with the do's. Tip number 1, pick Live Lumi with your free selector. As I said, the devs were very generous with this game, so they give all new players a starting 5-star or whatever. Basically, just pick Live Lumi. She's cute, she's good, she's strong, she heals. I'll play the clip here. You should heal yourself now!
I'll protect everyone.
Oh, should I do it? Should I do it? I'm gonna do it!
May the blessed light grant us new life.
This is the Live Lumi showcase, unofficial. Okay. Yeah, honestly, you can pick whoever you want. You can pick Karenita Blast too if you like her. Yeah, basically, don't think too much about meta. Just focus on having fun, because at the end of the day, if you're gonna grind, you might as well grind with someone fun. Because while the starting cast is, they're decent, but compared to the power level of the 5 stars you get, there is just such a power disparity. So definitely recommend you pick Live Lumi. She can basically solo, basically the entirety of the early game for you, and there will be no issue. Tip number 2, pick Rosetta Rigger with your free selector. Yes, I know, the devs are so generous that, you know, they'll give out another free selector, and honestly, if you have no clue who to choose, you can pretty safely pick Rosetta Rigger. As you can kind of see in the gameplay I'm hopefully showing here, maybe not, she is quite strong in her own right, and also, I don't know, she's kind of cool. Maybe it's just the Artery Gear fan in me coming out. Rest in peace. But yeah, honestly, yeah, if there's anyone else you find cute, pick them. Originally, I was gonna pick Luna, but now Lamia came out. That's the current patch. But honestly, it's been so long since then, right? It's been like 6 months or something. It's been longer than that. So honestly, don't. This, I'll get into that point later. But anyways, just pick someone that you want to play. Don't worry too much about anything. And lastly, here's tip number 3. Pick a 5-star weapon for your main. So you can get 4-star weapons for free, but it's not like Genshin. 4-star weapons in this game are actually quite trash. So you will get enough free materials at the start of the game to get a free 5-star weapon. Go ahead and just pick out a 5-star weapon for your main. Don't worry about you know, who you can put it on or who you can't. Basically just say, hey, I like this character a lot, I want to play them a lot. Go ahead and just give them that weapon. Even if they might be a 4-star, like say number 21. But hey, if you really like it, that's how you enjoy the game, go ahead, it's your game. Alright, now let's get into the 3 don'ts. So I really wanted to allude to this earlier. Tip number 1. Don't worry about the meta. Alright? Just pull for whoever you think is cool, whoever you want to play. Okay? Because I know a lot of PGR players, they love having perfect gameplay. So they will save up for the meta units. They want to do crazy damage. But honestly, you know what? It's a game, guys. Just focus on having fun with whoever you think is cool. Okay, but now here's tip number 2. So you don't have to worry about FOMO for the characters, but here's something you should care about. If you care about, you know, the exclusive skins, don't miss the login events. That's tip number 2. Don't miss the login events if you really care, because who knows when these skins are gonna come back. So don't do what I did. Try your best to log in for 7 days or whatever and get your skin while it's still there. And I've been saying this the whole time, but here's tip number 3. Don't forget to have fun. It's a game, guys. Like, I know there's a lot of grinding, right? I know the story takes so long to read, but hey, you know what? At the end of the day, this game is mainly about the gameplay, right? So just have fun, getting bullied by all the bosses, and yeah, just enjoy your time. And now I'll probably have some space here where I throw out a couple other clips. Bro, the issue is, bro, there's just menus everywhere in this game. I'm so confused. My brain is just too small. But you don't get that much, right? So it's not that big of a deal. Right, there's stuff everywhere, my dude. There's menus everywhere. This is modern gacha gaming, man. Alright, so now it's time for some final thoughts. Is PGR better than Wuthering Waves? Well, I don't know. I haven't played Wuthering Waves. Maybe I'll play it next year if the game is still alive. If the free 5-star selector is still alive. And I'll become an Encore main. Maybe, unless there's someone better, who knows. So about the current state of PGR, currently as the time of recording this, it is the Lamia patch and it is the Karenina Sky skin patch. So it is good times. This is basically, I think, more or less what was happening on the JP side when I started the game. Yeah, so the lesson here is, you know, don't worry too much about what's happening on the JP side. Just focus on, you know, doing what you can, because we're all human. We do what we can. That's kind of the moral of the game, honestly. Yeah, and I wish the game well. I mean, honestly, if you take a look at the JP side right now, Lamia just got another skin, and it looks quite nice. So, overall, I wish the game well. Personally, I don't really have that much time to play it myself right now. I am a busy working man. But hey, maybe in the future, the game's still up. Who knows? Alright, have a good one.
It's no biggie. No need to praise me.
Died. That's gonna impact their score.